Two loving parents live with their daughter Alex, who is looking to go to college soon. After their daughter's college scholarship is revoked by the town, the couple opens an illegal casino at the home of a friend to recoup the funds. Hello and welcome to Comedy Recap. Today we're going to give you a recap of the film The House, which is a movie from the comedy genre. A hilarious film that will make you laugh so much that your stomach will hurt. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the movie. You will certainly have a fun time. Without further ado, let's dive right into it. The movie starts and we see Bucknell University. Here, Scott and Kate Johansson warn their daughter Alex about the perils of attending college. They tell her to keep the alcohol to the minimum, and better yet, not party at all. Alex replies that her mom, Kate, is not the ideal person to say this, as during her college times, she used to smoke pot all the time and urinate outside. After this, Scott and Kate demonstrate the dangers of a stranger so that Alex could learn how to deal with them. Alex understands her parents' concerns and states her desire to attend the same university as her parents. This makes Scott and Kate very happy, as they want their daughter to experience the same things they did whilst at the university. The scene changes and we see Alex and her parents readying themselves to open the letter. Alex is tensed up, and Scott is trying to calm her down by saying that the university is not even that good. However, in the end, everyone is happy as Alex is accepted to the institution. In celebration, the Johanssons throw a party, inviting a lot of their friends and family. Alex is discussing with her friends the dangers of partying in college and the increasing incidents of abuse that have occurred as a result of it. Scott and Kate look from the distance and are sad because they don't know what they will do when Alex leaves. However, they later become happy as they realize that they will now have more time for themselves. The scene changes and we see the Johanssons washing the dishes in the aftermath of the party. Here, Alex asks for permission to stay at a friend's place for the night. However, her parents have planned a movie night to watch The Walking Dead. When Alex seems a little confused, Scott and Kate come over and give her an Alex sandwich, which is basically a hug they do when they want to make Alex happy. As a result, Alex agrees to stay with them to watch the movie. That night, the three have a lot of fun as they watch zombies eat humans together. The scene changes and we see a neighborhood town hall meeting. Here, City Councilor Bob Schaefer is discussing many problems regarding the neighborhood. Initially, we see a police officer who reports the picture of the male genitalia on the university grounds. He said that it has since been removed, but when he shows us the picture, it is pretty obvious that the outline still remains and thus no significant outcome has been reached. Later, the city councilor announces that the scholarship program would be discontinued in favor of the construction of a community pool. This comes as a shock for the Johanssons, who expected that Alex's college fee would be covered by the scholarship. They try to debate and settle the issue in favor of them, but the councilor, in response to their protests, asks for a vote. Everyone votes for the swimming pool, as they find the construction of the pool more advantageous to them compared to the education of a fellow neighbor. As a result, the councilor passes the change, sealing the deal. The two went back to their house and talk about the recent events that have taken place. Since they can barely pay their mortgage, they are pretty tense about the whole situation. They discuss what to tell Alex. Initially, they think that the right call would be to tell her, as she is mature enough to understand. However, their responsibility as parents comes up, and the two decide that they will not tell Alex about the money problem and try to come up with a solution themselves. However, Alex comes into the room at that moment, and she already knows about the news. She is downtrodden and asks whether she can go to Bucknell University now that the scholarship is canceled. Scott and Kate reply that of course she can, and they will do whatever they can to make it possible. As a result, the pair tries to get money by asking for a loan, a raise for Scott, and regaining Kate's job, but all of their requests are turned down. Scott even tries to trick his employer into giving him a raise by suggesting he will leave his job if he is not given one, but his employer calls his bluff. As a result, all their schemes for earning money have failed. However, one remains: Las Vegas. Then they go visit Frank, who is a friend and their neighbor. At the house, they see Frank arguing with his wife Raina, who is divorcing him because of his gambling addiction. They grudgingly agree to go to Las Vegas with Frank. They have been delaying this trip for Frank for ages, but since they want the money, they have agreed to go now. Frank becomes emotional after the couple refers to him as their friend, and is doing this trip for him. The three then enter Las Vegas in grand style. Initially, Frank is playing on his own as Scott and Kate do not want to risk their money just yet, and they do not believe Frank and think he has a gambling problem. Frank, however, convinces them to play, and as a result, Scott and Kate put down a lot of dollars on number 4. They did not intend to put down such a large amount of money on one dice roll. However, Frank had already thrown the dice. Funnily enough, the dice showed 4, and the couple won money. Afterward, they kept on winning, and their money kept on increasing. It felt like they might finally be able to afford the tuition for their daughter. After several wins, and with just one dice roll remaining that separate them from their ultimate goal of money, which would enable Alex to go to college, they lose all of their money after Scott jinxes the table by randomly encouraging Frank not to roll a 7. Back at home, Frank persuades the Johansons to open an underground casino in his home in order to raise funds for Alex's tuition and to assist him in reuniting with his wife. As more patrons arrive, the casino operation appears to be functioning smoothly. Bob grows suspicious about the poor attendance at another community town hall meeting and suspends the meeting to conduct an inquiry. Frank realizes that one of the gamblers, Carl, is counting cards back at the Johansons' casino. When confronted by the Johansons and Frank, he boasts that he works for crime lord Tommy Popoli. Scott accidentally slices off Carl's middle finger, earning him the moniker The Butcher, and unwittingly increasing their revenues by having the neighborhood fearful of him. They are caught by Bob and Officer Chandler, a few $1,000s short of their target, who confiscate their money and tell them to close down the casino. Regardless, they go about their business. After being invaded by Popoli, whom the Johansons set on fire, the home burns down. After confessing their plan to Alex, they link up with Chandler, who had let them loose to reclaim Bob's money. Chandler displays a video of the people ridiculing him to convince Bob that the three continued the casino even after he instructed them to stop. Bob invites Chandler to accompany him to the casino to arrest the Johansons, giving the Johansons the opportunity to reclaim their money. Don informs Bob that the Johansons are in the town hall, persuading him to return. Bob tries to get Chandler to drive faster, but he ends up in an accident. Bob returns to the town hall on foot in search of the Johansons who have the money. Bob exposes his personal interest in the casino money, as well as his plot to steal money from the city budget for himself and Dawn, who leaves him and returns to her husband Joe after chasing the Johansons. Scott and Kate utilize the money they got back from Bob to pay for their daughter's college fees. So that's all the time we had today, folks. I hope you enjoyed this video. Do not forget to subscribe to Comedy Recap, the best channel for watching comedies. Lastly, do hit that bell icon to remain updated about all our future videos. Till then, see ya.